We'll move on to college football. We got the top 5 games of the week. We're going to start off with Texas OSU. Texas favored
Oh,
Texas favored 6.5 here. Barrett, what are your thoughts?
Texas
At
is
Boone at
favored.
Boone Pickens.
Man, this is tough. Oh man. Ugh. Okay.
Quinn Ewers is the quarterback for Texas.
Quinn. Yeah, I think with Quinn, I think Texas is gonna get it, dude. I think they'll. I think they'll cover the spread, man. I like Texas. Sorry, Cowboy fans, man.
All right, Seth, what are your thoughts here? Spencer Sanders go toe to toe with Quinn Ewers.
Uh, well, it depends on Spencer Sanders as a play. Spencer Sanders may or may not play. He hurt his shoulder in the TCU game. So for that reason, I have to take the Longhorns rolling into Boone Pickens Stadium because no Spencer Sanders. Nah, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in them without Spencer Sanders. So yeah, I'm going to take Texas.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think with Quinn Ewers at quarterback, they're too good, right? Remember
Yeah.
toe to toe
Too much
with
talent.
Bama.
Let me chime in and say, if Spencer Sanders starts, I would like a what is this? An ultimatum?
An asterisk.
Yeah, if Spencer Sanders starts, I'm taking OSU.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind. Texas got away with the win last week. That guy dropped that ball on like the 5-yard line, and then
That
they
is
got
true.
away with what I believe is a targeting penalty. But it's up, Twitter went at it. It may or may not have been. I don't know. Maybe get a good angle on it. I think it was targeting. But if that guy catches that ball, Texas loses again last week versus Iowa State. Oklahoma State's defense is pretty fiery. They're fast. So I'm going to take OSU if Spencer Sanders starts. Texas if he doesn't.
I like that one, but with Quinn Ewers at quarterback, I have no doubt in the Longhorns. I think OSU is a great football team, but to me, they're a 2 to 3 loss team, and I think Texas is going to be one of those losses that adds onto their column. So give me Texas to win this game in Boone Pickens. Although if Sanders, like I say, if Sanders was completely healthy and they wouldn't have lost their game earlier this week to TCU, I'm 100% on board with OK State riding through this. But that loss to TCU kind of set me back. Injury to Spencer Sanders' shoulder. Quinn Ewers absolutely dominating at quarterback since his return and dominating before he got hurt. I like Quinn Ewers a lot there. All right, moving on to LSU or Ole Miss rolling into the Bayou.
No way that's the right line, right?
100% the right line. That's why it's on here. It was not going to be on here, but I saw the LSU line. I was like, no way. LSU favored 2.5 over the undefeated Ole Miss, 5-2 LSU, rolling into the Bayou. Does Ole Miss how are they not favored in this contest, Seth? What are your thoughts?
My only, I don't know. Tennessee rolled in there and beat LSU's ass down in Death Valley. So my only thought is, well, what does Vegas know?
The
that we
line's
don't about Ole
updated.
Miss?
It's now 2.5 in LSU's favor.
I don't know. What does Vegas know that we don't about the Ole Miss squad? They have an amazing defense. They play SEC defense. I don't think Jackson Dart is that good in that offensive system. They don't really move the ball that much. They win their games strictly off of defense. So I don't know. Maybe Jaden Daniels put on a show last week versus Florida. They just thought, hey, maybe they can score on them. But I don't see this going in an LSU's favor at all.
They have the over-under at 66.5.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is a pretty good scoring game going on here.
I would take the under, and I would take Ole Miss.
Yeah. Barrett, what are your thoughts?
I mean, Brian Kelly still stinks, guys. I mean, who's going to take LSU? Maybe, like you said, maybe Vegas knows something we don't know. But I got to go with Ole Miss, man. Like, LSU hasn't really shown anything. It is in Death Valley, one of the great places to play. But yeah, maybe Vegas knows something. But I like Ole Miss to cover, man. And, yeah, take the under, too.
I like the under of 66.5. I love that under. But what if LSU sneaks away with this? I don't want to look like the clown picking Ole Miss here, so give me LSU. Now 2.5. I don't know what's going on here, but LSU 2.5.
That may make you a bigger clown than taking Ole Miss.
I don't know. Maybe Vegas is LSU fans apparently. All right, we'll move on to UCLA, Oregon. Undefeated UCLA rolling into Oregon. Oregon favored 6 in this contest. Seth, what do you like here? Do you like UCLA rolling into Oregon, taking them down?
Hostile environment. Big game for UCLA. I don't think anybody had them in the top 10 at this point. Rolling like they do. They have a dynamic offense. I'm going to take UCLA. I'm going to take UCLA. I'm going to take UCLA to cover. And I think UCLA can win. I don't think Oregon's as good as what they, everybody thinks they are. So
remember, Oregon's only loss is to Georgia.
Yeah, but what conference do they play in? The Pac-12. So yeah, give me UCLA. I think they're a better team.
Barrett, what do you think?
Oh boy, we didn't want to. Someone picked Oregon to beat Georgia at the very beginning of the year.
Yeah, that was nice.
I don't know. Yeah. I think that was a guest we had.
Yeah. Hey, but Oregon's looked pretty good. UCLA, man, coming out of nowhere, being undefeated. I really want to see an undefeated UCLA go up against USC. I know USC lost, but I like UCLA to keep rolling, man. Even though it's in Eugene, so I like UCLA.
I do this every year. I hop on the Chip Kelly wagon when he gets ranked. I ride that thing till they play somebody like this. So I like Oregon to take home this victory simply for the fact I don't really have any stats to go with it, except the last 3 years I've rode with LSU and Chip Kelly. UCLA, they've let me down every time they get in a high-ranking situation and they play another top-ranked team. So I'm taking Oregon to win this one solely based on that.
What? Chip Kelly, man, didn't he coach Oregon? So he finally has a squad to take down his old team.
He's had a squad like 3 years in a row, and every time he plays at Utah or USC or like even when UFC was a 5-loss team, he would lose to them. It's like, come on, Chip, can't be doing that. All right,
UCLA almost had Dylan Gabriel. Would they be as good with Dylan Gabriel? What the hell? I mean, they wouldn't have Dorian Robinson or whatever his name is.
I don't know. Dorian Robinson's having a pretty great season. 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on 74% completion percentage.
Yeah.
A
great season.
He's having a phenomenal season. All right, rolling into the U's, the Syracuse versus Clemson.
Syracuse ranked? I can't see.
Syracuse is ranked 14th.
Undefeated.
Undefeated Syracuse in the ACC going against undefeated Clemson in South Carolina, where Clemson plays. A lot of people don't know that. I educated like 9 people today at work on where Clemson plays. That's why I say that.
I thought it was North Carolina.
They love to upset Clemson. Just look at like the last 5 matchups, man. They like to upset them.
But this Syracuse team is no joke. If they upset Clemson, I have Syracuse jumping all the way into the top 6.
So if it was in Syracuse, I would give them a chance. I mean, I give them a chance, but they're not going to win in Clemson, man. I think DJ's playing well. Not this time, Syracuse. No upset. Sorry for all my New York people up there.
Dang. Seth, what are your thoughts?
Not going to happen.
Syracuse taking down Clemson?
13.5 is a lot of points. I don't know if they're going to win, but I'm definitely taking the spread on Syracuse. I think they're a good ball club. I think they'll go into Clemson and LSU call their home field Death Valley, right? It's kind of like, what the hell? But I don't think they win. But 13.5 is really it. I don't think Clemson blows them out of the water.
Yeah. I I agree. It's not going to be a blowout. I don't think. I mean, the line's 49.5, so I mean, you're looking at 25 points apiece potentially there. It's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a dogfight, and I think Syracuse takes home the victory in Clemson. But I think it's going to be an overtime game. So this game right here alone is probably my game of the week to watch: Syracuse-Clemson.
What time is that game?
That game takes place at 11 o'clock on ABC.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one's got a pretty solid slot, and they're going to be nationally broadcast all over the nation. So, pretty good game for them.
Hey, OU's on a one-game winning streak. How come they aren't in the graphic?
They're on a bye.
A lot of top 25 teams are on a bye this week.
That's fair.
OU's not one of them, but they're on a bye. But the Alabama versus Mississippi State. Alabama favored 21.5, but Alabama has to. Oh, I got this backwards. Sorry, it's at Tuscaloosa. I got it backwards. My fault.
Fine.
Yeah, I was thinking if this is at Mississippi State, dude, I'm taking that spread all day. But at Bama, give me Bama to hop back on this wagon and just roll Mississippi State right out of the top 25, giving them 3 losses. Seth, what do you think?
It's actually 21. That's the spread.
Yeah, that's the spread. 21.
Give me Mississippi State to cover. That guy, the quarterback's name Will Rogers. I think that's their quarterback. Yep. Pretty good. He's a pretty good quarterback. I think Mississippi State's got a pretty above average squad. I think they're good, not great. 21 seems pretty high. I'm sure Nick Saban jumped their ass after having all those penalties, missing the field goal to win, all this other stuff. But I don't believe they're going to blow Mississippi State out. Will they win?
Mississippi State, a passing school with Will Rogers having 2,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 4 picks on 70% completion, almost 71% completion. Excuse me, couldn't talk for a second.
Which could be kind of a disadvantage, problematic for Alabama because they got thrown all over by Hendon Hooker on deep routes. So
Barrett, what are your thoughts real quick on this? Because I want to get into Hendon Hooker. Oh, he might be loading up for soccer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think Alabama's gonna beat them by 40, dude. There's no way. Nick Saban. He coming off a fatty, close loss, dude. Nick Saban's going to be pissed. I like Alabama, dude. Yeah. By a shit ton. Cover the spread, maybe more.